If you're anything like me, your motto is no man left behind and no device left unprotected. Welcome, soldier, to my best antivirus for PC video. I probably don't need to go on and on about how malicious actors are getting more sophisticated. You already know that. But have you considered that your personal photos and notes are worth protecting too? But protecting with which antivirus? Let's dig in and see if we can answer this question. Since I'm sure all of you have different needs and preferences, I'll give you my 3 best antivirus 2025 options, plus 2 additional recommendations. And by the end, I think you'll definitely find what you need. But before we jump into our best antivirus for PC 2025 list, let's start with a quick reality check. How many of you have heard someone say, "Oh, Windows Defender is enough for me"? Yeah, I've heard that too, and unfortunately, no, it's absolutely not enough. I get where people are coming from. It's free, it's built in, but Microsoft just isn't a security company, so they can't really stand up to modern day threats. Some proof. For a full scan, Windows Defender detected just 1 out of 150 planted malware samples. Or in other words, it missed 149 threats, which is a detection rate of just 0.67%. That's like using an umbrella to stop a nuclear blast. With their real-time protection feature turned on, it performed slightly better, but still detected only 39 out of 150 threats, leaving 111 behind to have some fun on your device. So that's just a 26% success rate. On top of that, here's the kicker. Microsoft announced that Windows 10 will stop receiving security updates after October 14th, 2025. So if you're still running Windows 10, relying on Microsoft Defender is a bad decision. Bottom line, I think you and your PC deserve something better. Alrighty, let's start this best antivirus video with a market veteran, Norton. It's a name you probably heard before, and for good reason. Norton Antivirus has been around for decades, and it's constantly evolving to keep up with the latest threats. Checking independent testing results, Norton not only performed great this year, but also the year before that, and so on and so on. Now let's see how Norton did in our testing for Windows 10, 11, and Mac OS. For our testing, we always use the same setup, planting 150 malware files onto a test device. Since Windows 10 will no longer receive security updates, we'll use our previous test results. There, Norton got a 9 out of 10. Now, for Norton Antivirus for Windows 11, with full scan, it detected 135 out of 150 threats, leaving out 15 malware files, which is a 90% detection rate. It took about 13 minutes, with the CPU usage averaging 20 to 30%. That's pretty quick, and a 90% success rate is impressive. With real-time protection turned on, it found 119 out of 150 malware files, leaving behind 31, which is a score of 79.3%. And it did take a bit longer to detect some threats. During the scan, Norton also displayed a quarantine message that required my interaction, which might not be ideal for some beginners. In our Mac test, the system scan had an excellent performance, leaving only 7 files behind, which is around a 95% success rate, and its CPU usage stayed low at 8 to 10%. And while real-time protection on Mac OS matched Windows perfectly with 79.3%, the CPU usage did spike a bit more, though its malware detection was still impressively fast. Now let's talk about what it's like to use Norton Antivirus. How about the interface? After the recent update, it's way cleaner and more intuitive. It's still not perfect though, since there are still a lot of things going on and it can get a bit confusing, but they're getting there. While I won't get into all the features Norton has, and it does have a lot, here are my favorite ones. Norton probably has the most customizable smart firewall to monitor network traffic and block anything suspicious. Also, its parental controls are surprisingly extensive, perfect for blocking harmful sites and tracking your kids' online activity. You get PC cloud backups, which, well, backups are always nice. And there's also a password manager and even a secure VPN to protect your browsing by encrypting your data. There's obviously a lot of good extra stuff here. However, that might not be a selling point for everyone, since Norton often comes bundled with extras you might not need, which can make the installation a bit bloated. Norton offers something for every budget range, starting with yearly plans and options for single users or entire families. Plus, there's an extensive 60-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it out risk-free. But a quick heads up, renewal prices can get steep, so keeping an eye on that would be good. And grabbing Norton with our exclusive discount link doesn't hurt. My next best antivirus 2025 option is TotalAV, a rising star in the antivirus world. It's a top antivirus choice if you're someone who values simplicity and effectiveness, and it is very effective, as demonstrated by the very solid independent testing results. basically matching Norton's. But how did it do in our tests? Well, TotalAV Antivirus for Windows 10 got a perfect 10 out of 10. Yes, Windows 10 really loved TotalAV. For Windows 11, it wasn't perfect, with the full scan detecting just 120 out of 150 threats, which is around 80%, and leaving behind 30 files. It took about 12 minutes to complete and used 30% of my CPU's power. Also, I got a flag that after the recent update, I noticed it significantly impacted my system's performance. Maybe it's just temporary, but something you should know about. Real-time protection, by contrast, had an 80% success rate with about 20 to 30% CPU usage. It did instantly block threats during file extractions, which is a good process to have for beginners, but the quarantine remained empty, so that was a bit confusing. The Mac OS system scan detected 139 out of 150 threats, leaving behind 11 malware files on the device, so around 92.7% success rate, and with minimal CPU usage. So I can wholeheartedly recommend TotalAV for Apple users too. The thing I love about TotalAV is that it keeps things simple. The interface is clean, straightforward, and honestly perfect for beginners. And TotalAV comes with very useful features, like the Web Shield extension to block malicious sites. If your PC feels a bit messy, there's System Tune-Up to clean out junk and boost overall performance. Add to that a safe browser as well as ransomware protection, and you get one strong security suite. But there are things I don't like, notably a confusing feature lock. Some features appear as though they are included in your subscription, but are actually locked behind additional paywalls, which is just confusing. Plans here are priced similarly to Norton. I recommend the Internet Security Plan since it also comes with a VPN for extra security online. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and links for deals are in the description below, so feel free to try out TotalAV for yourself. Finally, we have Bitdefender, a favorite among tech enthusiasts and a lot of you watching based on the comments we get. And taking a look at the independent testing results, it's clear to see why. Bitdefender matches the previous best antivirus scores, which is great. But let's see how it holds up in our tests. In my older Bitdefender antivirus for Windows 10 test, it got another perfect 10 out of 10 score. Now, for Windows 11, its full scan detected 121 out of 150 threats, which is an 80.6% success rate, and left behind 29 malware files, though the scan took a bit longer than some of its competitors at 33 minutes. It had a few CPU spikes, but on average maintained roughly 60% usage. So good, but pretty taxing on the system. Real-time protection did better, leaving behind only 25 out of the 150 files, with a success rate of 83.3%. But the weird thing is that it took a long time to quarantine the threats it found. Plus, if you have a good internet, Bitdefender struggles to keep up with the fast downloads, while the previous two antiviruses had no problem in that arena. For Mac OS, the system scan detected a surprising 143 out of 150 threats, scoring 95.3%, meaning only 7 files were not detected. CPU usage was low, but scans were slower compared to competitors. And real-time protection basically showed exactly the same results, so I can definitely recommend Bitdefender for Mac OS. Bitdefender's interface is simple enough. It's clean and easy to find the tools you need. However, the installation process can be a bit lengthy, and it requires quite a bit of storage space, which can be a problem for some older devices. Next, Bitdefender offers a robust suite of tools to keep your devices secure. Its anti-theft feature allows you to locate and remotely lock your device via Google Maps. An option like this can be a lifesaver. The malware scanner provides flexible options, from quick scans to deep dives. For privacy enthusiasts, the anti-tracker shields you from data-hungry trackers, while the built-in VPN safeguards your online activity and prevents unwanted data collection. Lastly, the password manager keeps all your credentials secure and accessible in one convenient location. So, Bitdefender is basically a full-on digital protection suite. But how much will Bitdefender cost you? Well, it falls nicely in the middle of my recommendations. Just keep in mind, most of the advanced features are locked under more costly plans. My recommendation, grab an all-inclusive plan to get the most security tools in one place. And the total security plan has a nice price-to-value ratio if this is your goal. Also, Bitdefender, like the previous two antiviruses, offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, which is a great way to see if it's the right fit for you. Just don't forget, you can get an additional discount by using our link below. So which antivirus is the best? Honestly, it depends on your needs. Norton is reliable and feature-packed. TotalAV is super user-friendly and efficient, and Bitdefender is advanced and thorough but slower. The truth is, you won't go wrong with any of these options. Just don't forget to utilize those discount links below. But I still have some goodies for you if you're really picky. While there are a lot of providers I could include here, including NordVPN threat protection and ESET, for this video, I'll focus only on Malwarebytes and Surfshark Antivirus. First up, on Windows 10, Malwarebytes scored a decent 7 out of 10. Not bad, but not groundbreaking either. On Windows 11, it found 88.6% of malware threats, which means 27 samples left behind, placing it among the better performing antiviruses in this test. The general scan was incredibly fast, taking just over a minute. That's impressive, but everything comes at a price. It is resource heavy, with the CPU maxing out during the scan. Now, this brings us to where Malwarebytes faltered. During multiple tests, it failed to detect any threats in real time. I mean, it caught 0. Seriously, 0 out of 150 threats. Ouch. This is a big downside unless you're a fan of running constant manual scans. And the hits just keep on coming, with its Mac OS results coming in even less promising. The scan was complete in just a few seconds, scanning only around 15,000 files, and it also detected nothing. Yep. Real-time protection? Same story. 0 out of 150 threats detected. The CPU usage was low, which is great, but if it's not catching threats, what's the point? Am I right? No, you didn't mistakenly just click on a worst antivirus list video. It's definitely funny for an antivirus to be pulling zeros, but I guess if you rely on manual scans, Malwarebytes still has a lot of good things to offer. One of these good things is simplicity. The interface is clean, intuitive, and beginner-friendly across all operating systems. If you're new to antivirus software, you won't feel overwhelmed navigating it. But Malwarebytes is a bit lacking in the advanced features department. How much does Malwarebytes pricing reflect this mixed bag of pros and cons? Well, it offers a variety of plans that you can check out through the link below. My recommendation is a Plus subscription because it packs a reliable VPN. Just be aware that in my opinion, its Mac OS performance doesn't quite justify the price tag. Lastly, if Malwarebytes isn't cutting it for you, there's another best antivirus for computer option I highly recommend checking out. Surfshark Antivirus. You might already know Surfshark for its VPN, but they really stepped up their game in the antivirus market lately. Now, we don't have any testing done for Surfshark on Windows 10. Sorry about that. But for Windows 11, the full scan detected 90% of malware threats. That's 135 out of 150 samples found and 15 left behind, and did so in record time. Sure, the CPU usage spiked up to 90 to 100%, but it handled threats efficiently. How about with real-time protection? Well, it did way better than Malwarebytes, with Surfshark catching 84.6% of threats in real time. That's 23 out of 150 threats left behind for those keeping track, which is a solid result for such a young product. Surfshark's performance on Mac OS mirrored its Windows results. 90% of malware detected during the scan, and 84.6% in real-time protection. And the CPU usage was higher during scans, with a few spikes here and there. One important thing to note, Surfshark Antivirus comes as part of the Surfshark One bundle, which also includes their VPN, data breach monitoring, and a private search tool. It's a well-rounded package, but I'll be honest, there are some downsides. First, there's no way to just get the antivirus, and that might not be perfect for some of you. Also, compared to more established antiviruses, Surfshark lacks advanced features, like financial protection for online transactions. If that's a deal breaker for you, it's something to keep in mind. That said, the pricing is incredibly competitive. They even offer a money-back guarantee, so you can test the waters risk-free. Check out the link below for their latest deals if you want to test out this VPN and antivirus combo. In conclusion, it's impossible to choose just one antivirus provider as the ultimate solution, since each one brings its own strengths to the table. You won't go wrong by choosing any of these 3 reliable options: TotalAV, Norton, or Bitdefender. TotalAV offers quality protection against diverse digital threats. Norton has been a trusted and reliable choice for a PC antivirus over many years, and Bitdefender stands out with its robust security features. The best antivirus for Windows 11 choice ultimately depends on your specific needs, and if they don't fit your needs, there are always the honorable mentions. Thanks for watching my best antivirus for PC video. I hope it helped you out. Let me know in the comments which one you're leaning towards, or if you have a different best antivirus for Windows 10 or best antivirus for Windows 11 pick. Or just come to chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips to keep your digital life secure. Thanks, and see you next time.